Good morning and welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. The show airs each weekday morning, hella early. Wee early AF at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel, then 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. Today, guys, we're talking about breathing the day, which is my vernacular way of saying having a breathing or deep breathing, a meditative breathing practice. So, really interesting day, and exploring how that particular practice can enhance your level of productivity. So, thanks for being with us. If you are new, you can go to productivethroughjoy.com and see about us. We speak to groups, schools, and organizations about being productive through joy. We have a series of really interesting workshops and offerings. It's all there on the website. Go check it out. If you're interested, holla, and we'll holler back. I should also say a few words about myself for those of you who are new to the show. This is your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher, author of the New York Times bestseller Raising Fences, author of the acclaimed historical novel Americas, author of the Pulitzer Prize nominated Animating Black and Brown Liberation, a theory of American literatures. I am also the board president of the great nonprofit here in Los Angeles' Crenshaw District, known as the World Stage. My educational background is UC Berkeley as an undergrad. My master's is from UCLA, and my PhD in English literature is from the University of California at Riverside. Guys, I'm an expert at being productive, all right? I don't say that to brag or boast. I say it because people are almost always surprised to hear of that level of productivity, given how crazy my own personal narrative is. I am the product of a young girl, actually, who was sexually assaulted at age 16. As a result of that assault, she gave birth to me at age 17 and subsequently gave me up for adoption to a single divorcee at the time, no biological father, no adopted father. Listen, difficult times for the young MD, yet it's cool. Mob Deep famously said, "Ooh, how you like me now? And if I can be this productive and be so through joy, I know other people can. That's my experience. And that's what really inspires this show, because I know it's not where you're from, it's where you're about to go. So thanks for being here with us, guys. Again, today we're talking about what I call breathing the day, or having a breathing practice. And so, point one is that you want to do it would be helpful to do some even general background work online about breath as it relates to meditation. It's not really an intuitive thing. I'm not sure why this is not intuitive. If it wasn't for me, as a brief aside, well, the point is I didn't know why breathing was important. In a crazy story, I was at a party, and uh, Sonia San. Actually, it first happened with my colleague Sequoia. She was telling me about breath, and I was having some serious problem. She was like, "Breathe." I was like, "Breathe? I got serious problems. You talking about breathing? What you talking about?" You know. And but that conversation always stuck with me because she was really adamant about that, about focusing your breathing. And then years later at a party with Sonia Sanchez at Deanologist's house, we're talking about visualization and meditation and all these things. And I was like, what? And again, um, completely not knowing what I was talking about, and argued with Sonia Sanchez. It was ridiculous about the efficacy of breathing and visualization. Anyway, but those two conversations, although I was on the wrong end of those conversations, they stayed with me. And long story short, I began to read about it in these ancient African books, ancient Kemetic from Egypt. There's a book called the Book of Breathings. There's a bunch of work around this, like ancient primordial text in the um, in the African tradition, and which of course was trickled down to other parts of the world. Um, but it helps to have some knowledge about this, about the power of breathing. And then point two is that once you gain knowledge, it helps you to just take it more seriously and commit to the actual practice, which which is point two, is you want to be in the habit of following your breath, meaning when you inhale, your tummy, if you inhale deeply, your tummy will expand. That's why in the Buddhist tradition they call it a belly breath. If you look at the Buddha's belly is oftentimes distended, is big, uh, because that's symbolic of the breath being full. And then as you exhale, the abdomen presses down and the air is released from your abdomen. But breathing in and out of your abdomen through your nose, being in the habit of following that, which sounds, I know, super simple and like, what are you talking about? That was my attitude completely. But thank God I was wrong. And as a sidebar, now they call it mindfulness. So mindfulness is not even a part of, I know my daughter's school has a mindfulness program for the kids. It was a pilot program a couple of years ago. But of course it works. And that's one of the cutting edge technologies of education today is mindfulness, because so many kids have anxiety. And focusing on your breath is the center of mindfulness. And my daughter, they call it, at her school, they call it taking 3 deep belly breaths, right, as a way to calm down and center. And so she does that now. It's really encouraging and cute, which goes right into point 3. As you begin to practice, it takes a while. I mean, maybe not for you. It's taken me a very long time to get to this point, because I was a doubter, a disbeliever, and my mind also is pretty mercurial. It's hard to kind of focus. So I began to develop a meditation practice. And I recall the early days, I could not get beyond like 3 or 4 minutes. I would fall asleep. So I would get up early in the morning to do this. I'd fall asleep. It was a waste of my time. I mean, for like a year, I was just really wasting my time. It was pretty bad. I shouldn't say wasting my time, because that allowed me to kind of get better. But I was seeing 0 results. I mean, almost 0, almost nil, maybe 0.07, something crazy like that. Not even 1%. But then, I don't know, like some magic kicked in. I just kept trying. And then I don't know what happened. I just got better at it. And then now, I mean, meditation, I'll be leaving here in a second to go meditate at the beach. I live here in Venice. I go to the beach every morning to go meditate. I can't even tell you, I can't even over exaggerate the impact of meditation, of following my breath, of deep breathing on my life. I can't even, game changer. And that's it. I can't say anything beyond that. I encourage you to really take this super seriously. And if you do, this will not only will it enhance your productivity, which that's a guarantee, it will change your life for the better, without question, especially in times like these COVID times and these COVID streets, when everyone is stressed the hell out. Because when you're stressed, life is not good. When you have anxiety, life is not good. I don't care how much money you have, how many resources. When you have high anxiety, you are in trouble. I've been there. Anyway, boom goes the dynamite. That's all we have for today's show. We'll see you tomorrow morning this afternoon at 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. Until then, let's talk about it and be about it. Deuces.